Morning. We're getting ready to go on a little road trip. It's probably going to be one whole video, maybe busted up into two. We're on our way over to Western Washington. We're going to go work at the railroad for a day or two on Monday, go do some house hunting, and then I got a bunch of meetings and stuff I gotta go do that may or may not be a part of the railroad situation. So, and there's updates coming on that. So either end up in this video, or I'll end up in a different video, or it might not even end up in a video on this channel. You might have to go to Western Forest Industries Museum's channel to see it. Anyway. This has got to be the worst part of the trip. Between it's a balmy 20 degrees out, according to the truck, which means it's probably more around 17, 18. As you can see, it's overcast outside. Anyway, this has probably got to be the worst part of the trip over here. There's this, I want to say it's probably close to 20 miles, maybe 25 miles, something like that. It's just straight as an arrow all the way to George from Moses Lake. To me, it's the worst part of the trip because it's just straight and boring. And when you've made the trip several times, you've seen the same chunk of real estate more than once, and I tell you what, sometimes I just wish I could put the truck on autopilot and take a nap through this spot. If it were a little bit better as far as not being freezing fog and a little bit warmer, I would have cut across down through Warden and Royal City and all that, and went down by the nuclear waste site in Hanford, and then hung a right and come in the backside of Yakima, versus going over to Ellensburg and then dropping down 82. Whenever I go over here, I try to take White Pass as much as possible. The reason being is because you eliminate the traffic going over Snoqualmie. And Snoqualmie isn't a bad road. It's usually the better of the roads, you know, as far as being open and weather-wise. Problem is, there's a million idiots on Snoqualmie because it's the main artery that gets you into Seattle and the Puget Sound area from the east side. So either you're gonna run down 84 to Portland if you're coming from the east and then come up, or you're gonna come up 82 to Ellensburg and go into Seattle over Snoqualmie Pass. So anyway, I'm gonna pull in up here at Shrees in George. George is the one of the cheapest places in the state to get fuel. And I'm gonna swing in there and suck on some go-go juice and throw some groceries down my neck, because I was gonna stop at Jake's and get something to eat, but I missed breakfast. I got there about lunch, and they serve breakfast all day, but the afternoon cook's not anywhere near as good as the morning cook as far as breakfast. So I just decided I'd get down here to Shrees and get a couple of burritos and some mini tacos maybe, and a Diablo sandwich and a Dr. Pepper because I'm in a goddamn hurry. But that's the route that I'm going to take over. It's normally the route that I take when I'm going to and from. Okay, we made it to the first turn in, what was it, 20 some odd miles. And so we're coming up on Shrees here in George. We're about to see how much fuel is at the pump. I'm hoping it's under $4 a gallon. It'd probably be the first time in a long time it's been under $4 a gallon. It looks like we're going to be paying 3 something. Can't tell from this distance, but if you're traveling across Washington, this is the place to stop. It's a good little place. You can go over here to the scale house. The scale house is a place where they scale trucks out, but it's also got a little choke and puke in it. And gas is under $3 a gallon here now. That's cool. They make a good burger, they make a good breakfast, but then Shrees itself is probably one of the cheapest places in the state to get fuel. And in one of my other videos I was talking about, you know, if I had the silver truck, I would honestly be pulling up to the big truck pumps and filling the slip tank in the back of the truck up with diesel. So I was packing around cheap fuel, because I can guarantee you there's nowhere where we're going where it's under $4 a gallon. I am an absolute slut for mini tacos. SOL when it comes to a bathroom though. Like, they have to clean the bathroom here every half hour. These people will go in and they will straight up trash a bathroom. They will wipe their butt, and then instead of throwing it in the freaking toilet, they'll throw it on the freaking floor right next to the toilet. Or they'll piss and shit all over the freaking place. They don't flush, they don't wash their hands, they don't nothing. Some of these freaking truck stop bathrooms I've gone into over the course, especially of the last few years, I'll tell you right now, I walk through the door and I about freaking puke, because it is just disgusting. And Shrees is not one of them. They keep their bathrooms pretty dang clean, so that's a plus there. But it's like this bathroom right here. This bathroom, this red door is a bathroom. And anytime I've been on my way over and I got a code brown urgent and I got to get rid of it, I'll swing into this Pacific Pride, try to go to the bathroom in there. Swipe card, freaking pump 12, pay $1, go in there and go to the bathroom. Last time I went in there, it was so freaking vile. I came back out and was like, what the heck? It's like somebody had literally tried to take a bath in the sink, and there was a turd in the corner, right next to the toilet. And the toilet was overflowing with shit and piss. And I just went, oh my God. So, I mean, seeing a lock on the thing now, no surprise. Case in point, I just went in the blue room there, and there was shit in a cone over the top of the freaking toilet seat, and somebody had literally just taken a crap right on the floor of it. So, yeah, there was enough in there to make me kind of lose my appetite. This place right here is a really good place to eat. It's called the Scale House. They got a little restaurant in there, and if you really want to, you can go over there and weigh yourself. Go inside, get a burger, and get your weight. It's a good place to eat. Randy and I stopped in there on one of our last trips, and got some food. I mean, a burger that dang big, man. It was huge. Driving world has changed since I got out of being an over-the-road truck driver many years ago. And I've had some people ask, you know, if I would go back to it, and I always say yeah, but it's way different than it was. I was trained and brought up by old school guys. I mean, we're talking about guys that when they were cutting their teeth, it was in the 70s. In my opinion, real truck drivers. Guys that, you know, they go days without sleep. You know, they'd traverse the country in a matter of a few days, where now it seems to take a week. You know, they were born and bred the real deal. And I guess that kind of came off onto me a little bit, because, you know, all I worked with were those guys for the first year or 2 years I drove truck. I drove team, hauling fresh fish and frozen fish and seafood and that kind of crap. And so I mean, we cooked and booked. We were putting miles down. I mean, we do 5 to 6,000 miles a week as a team. And a lot of you are probably sitting back going, "That's not possible." Yeah, it is when you don't have a computer telling you what to do. Even then, we did have a computer telling us what to do, and we learned how to run the computer to where we still run that kind of mileage. I mean, we were the highest paid team at Brown Line because of how many miles we'd put down. I mean, we were taking in some serious checks. Anyway, if that level of camaraderie, that level of respect, that level of brotherhood was still in the truck driving industry, I would probably say screw anything I got going on and just get back into it, because I loved it. You know, just drive all day and get paid for it. See some beautiful, amazing things. See some wonderful sights. You were being paid to be on vacation every day. Not now. I wouldn't do it now if you paid me $150,000 a year. Reason being is that camaraderie, that respect. The truck driver's gone. The real deal American truck driver's gone. People wonder why we get these things like 30-car pileups and stuff. I'm doing about 60, 65, and there's a steady stream of people passing me, and there's a car right up over there. I don't know how well you can see. I don't know how well the camera really picks up the fog. Can't even see more than maybe 200-300 feet in front of you. And here we are bogging down the road doing, you know, some of these people are doing every bit of 80, 85. Currently, we are probably a good 3 hours yet. The only thing I wish is we still had the silver truck, because Princess's radio don't work. It's old. I put that radio in when I was in high school back in 2007. The radio's been in there for a long time. Problem with it is that it's got a short somewhere inside the radio, so it won't stay on. If you try to change the channel to a channel that you can actually pick up, it'll shut itself off. The CD player don't work anymore. The aux cord plug don't work no more. It's not Bluetooth compatible because of how old it is. At some point in time, I'm going to have to put a radio in this truck, especially if we continue driving at long distances. Going up the pass, it's clear as a bell. I got up out of that fog, probably about 5-10 miles back, and the weather shot up to there for a minute. Going along Rimrock Lake, it was 40 degrees. I was like, holy crap. It's hovering right around freezing right now. All the ice is starting to melt off the truck. I'm sure that all the ice in the back of the truck is... It's hovering right around 30 degrees right now, so... more than willing, all the ice is starting to melt off the truck, and more than willing to bet that the ice in the back of the truck is starting to get melted off. Supposedly back at the house, it's gonna be deep freeze for a week, and then it's gonna start warming back up to being in the mid-30s during the day. That would be nice, as it would start to melt a lot of the stuff out of the way, especially the stuff on the house. My worry with this new snowstorm coming in tonight is that we're going to get a dangerous amount of snow starting to get on parts of the house. The house itself, I'm not worried about. It's the garage that was built by somebody that had no idea how to build a building, and the awning over the porch, which used to be a covered carport for that whole area, but now it's not built very well itself either. And those are the two places that I kind of have some pause as to if they can take any more snow and water load. Hey, so we're in the little town of Randall now, right across from the Hampton Mill. This is a, I don't know how well you can see it over there through my tinted window, but this is a fuel stop. Basically, the only people that use this are log truck drivers, dump truck drivers, construction workers, and stuff like that. This porta potty's here for them to use. Somebody took a massive crap in the urinal part of the porta potty. Said I go down the road a little ways and pee on a bush. That's kind of my point of earlier. There's something different. Back in the day, from the guys I grew up around and worked with and that kind of thing, you wouldn't have saw that. In some circles, that's considered a level of disrespect. Those porta potties, are put there for driver comfort. I can tell you right now, people keep taking craps in the freaking urinals. Those porta potties aren't going to be there very long. So I just don't understand what happened to society. I don't get it. I don't understand how we have become what we have become. You know, we have become a gross and disgusting society. And that's all I really have to say about that. So here we are up in behind the mill in Morton. So I stopped back there at the Chevron to get something to splash some fuel on, because it was $4.69, and the last time I came over here, it was, Morton was the cheaper place in town to get it. Anyway, so I got it on the premise of, I was afraid that, like last time, if I got away from Morton, I'd get down closer into town, and it'd be more expensive. But I had to run inside to grab the receipt, because for whatever reason it wouldn't print the receipt off there at the pump. And guy behind the counter, we got talking about being messes and stuff like that. And he said they got a surveillance video they took about a week, 2 weeks ago, of a guy standing out there pumping gas, peeing, taking a leak in the goddamn freaking windshield squeegee holders, sitting there pissing in it. And I just was like, you know, every place I've stopped at today has made me freaking question what has happened to our society. I don't know. Humans have become pigs, in my opinion. Straight up pigs. Jesus, you stupid idiot. Not a four-way stop. Anyway, I just don't know. It's like humans have gone to being pigs in the last 5 years. Never in my life that I thought that, you know, here we'd be. Man, I don't get it. How are people raised to where they just sit back and say, well, I could take a dump wherever I want now. I'm just gonna frickin' squat right in front of God and everybody and take a shit. I could never do that. I'd never be able to do that. There ain't no way on God's green earth I could ever squat in somebody's driveway and take a crap. Or pee in a goddamn squeegee holder in front of God and everybody. Or take a dump in a goddamn freaking urinal for a... I just don't get it. I don't think I ever will. Anyway, we're in Morton, heading on up to Mineral. It's dark. I'm probably not going to do anything with the 160 tonight. I'm probably just going to go and find a place to sit down and get some grub, and then look at doing something with the 160 tomorrow afternoon. So, man, this one here, guys. Peace be with you, brothers.